Welcome to the Gary Abbott channel. I just got the first quarter of 2023, the Villages real estate market update. As you know, I do comparisons of how it was the year before, how the Villages is doing, and taking a look at the numbers. So how did the Villages do? Let's jump right in. I'm going to split screen it. I'm not sure how I'm going to show it for you, but I'm going to show it either both in split screen and in individually. But let me try split screen first. Here we go. As you can see, I did a comparison of 2021 total homes and 2022. I recorded first quarter. Now keep in mind, my comparisons are closed. I don't use the pending become closed in the next quarter if it wasn't done in this quarter. I really want to look at days on the market, how much the average house is going for. And that's a little deceiving. It is not a true picture because if they release all designer homes, it'll be higher. If they release villas, it'll be lower. So you never know what their release schedule, and I guess that's a clarification I want to make right up front. There's a lot that goes into it, so I do think you need a kind of a broad average to look at it, and I'll do that. So here we go. Here's the real estate market update. When you look at the numbers for 2023 first quarter compared to 2022, and I do that right here. I plugged in these numbers, 558, average sales price 472, 56. You can see on new homes, 851 closed, 437 was the average sales price on new homes, and the totals of 1409. Well, when I compared that up to the first quarter, pre-owned homes was down 25 homes out of 558. The average sales price compared was down by $3,000. Again, might not be able to tell depending on what kind of home sold, and we'll get into that in the report, in this bigger report. And the number of days on the market jumped to 56, 37 higher than compared to the first quarter in 2022. Now, I also want to note that there was a rush during COVID to buy these homes, and I think people from the north were looking for a warmer place, and if they could work remote, there was a rush, I believe, in 2020, 2021, and 2022. I don't have all of the numbers for those earlier years, but I think that's why maybe you're seeing a little different. The other is interest rates have really probably played a role in purchasing of either both pre-owned and new if you need to borrow. Let's look at the new homes. 851 was the first quarter of last year. First quarter of 2022, there was 1,033. So the 851 is 182 down. That's a good 10-15%. The price though, the average price of a home close was up 34,000. This 437 is up because if we look back at the first quarter, it was 403 last year. Average days were 8 on the market. This year we're 18, a plus of 10. This is where I'm telling you, the Villages has control of releasing homes. And so therefore, the number of days on the market, it's still low. Because here's what's happening, I believe. 18 days is still a pretty short period of time. And that only means that they put it on the market and somebody didn't pick that house until 18 days later that they closed. So I think the big number here is 1409 in the first quarter. That's down for the Villages about 207 compared to last year. Now, I have to be fair, and I'm going to point out this as well. I also put the averages in for the whole year, because one quarter to one quarter, there's going to be big quarters, there's going to be little quarters, there's going to be all over the place. On the new homes, 851, compared to the average of each quarter last year was 937. Now you're looking at 70 homes short a quarter. That could be made up just by selling the rest of Newell, Dabney as you go south, and opening up more homes. Middleton in these numbers are possibly going to come online. So I'm very curious, because when you go to the market report, let's just take a look at the total market report. I'm going to close out of this. Here we go. Full screen market update. This is what we just did the comparison on. But let's go ahead and look at the next page. So there we go. We're on to page 2 and 3 of the report. This really is to let you know where the home sales are. And if you can look at this map, it really doesn't show you Middleton as part of these numbers. And I know there are some sales going on there. Maybe they're not included in here. That could have an impact as well. If you have the builder and all the construction crews down there building Middleton, you may have slowed up over here, but your total portfolio, if you're not going to show Middleton because it's not part of the 55 plus community, that could have an impact. So they may be running higher than with those earlier numbers. But let's just take a look. Pre-owned homes, pretty much Spanish Spring area is all pre-owned homes. And the numbers there closed 126, average price $311,000. Average days on the market 64, much longer in that area. Then you move on to Lake Sumter Landing area. If you look at the pre-owned, which is pretty much all pre-owned, you don't have any new in this area of the Villages. If you looked at closed, 143, average price $459,000. And most realtors will tell you Lake Sumter Landing area is you get a higher price for the same home because of where it is. And some of that area you can easily go from Sumter Landing, where the market and the square is, to Brownwood relatively easy. So it's a desirable area. But if you look at it, days on the market are 50. So 64 in Spanish Springs, 50 in Lake Sumter in the first quarter. Brownwood area includes quite a bit. Fenney and up above the Brownwood Square, and all the way down to Sawgrass and Newell. And as you can see in the map, it's shaded all the way down. And if we just look at, this is where you're going to see new homes. So all of the new homes are in this district, pretty much a lot being built south of Route 44. And let's take a quick look. So even quicker here on new homes, but on the average days on the market here, a little higher than the 50 days of Lake Sumter. It's 55. And the average sales price is higher than Lake Sumter, $547,000. So that's really interesting that the pre-owned homes, the average sale price is much higher. But new homes, this kind of mirrors the report in the beginning comparing new homes, because this is really where they're at. New homes closed 851, average price $437. And 18 days on the market. Now, what I like about what they've done here is they've given you some average price sales for the different homes. So if you look down here, and I'm going to highlight this as much as I can. The patio villas, 251,000 average, and that makes sense. I've seen some as low as 220, 230. They're only about 800 square feet villas, but you can go up from there to about 1,000 square feet, a little over. 251,000 is the average sales price. So you move up to the cottage home villas. 310,000 is the average price. You can find some under the 300,000 and some over. The courtyard villas are averaging 375,000. Those courtyard villas are just a little bit bigger size houses, and a lot of people like them. I believe they come with the fenced-in area in some cases. The designer homes, you're pretty much looking at $499 is the average. 500,000 makes sense. Keep in mind these are averages. There's somebody buys $1 million home, it takes an awful lot under $499 to get that to be the average. So just recognize that what averages are for the first quarter. But there's your market report. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do think the activity here is south, and it's going to continue to move south as we get closer and closer to, I would say, 2 years out, 3 years out. I would say Eastport will be shaping up, and all of this south of Finney and on the other side of the highway is going to be built out. But this is a quick market report. So those that it has taken longer to sell homes, whether it's pre-owned or new, I think prices are here to stay. Costs of construction are up. Again, hope you like this video, like and subscribe. I like to do these market reports whenever I can. Thanks for watching.